Welcome to Alan's Bitcoin. This tutorial is going to show you how to secure your Bitcoin in cold storage using a Blockstream Jade hardware signing device and Nunchuk mobile wallet app. The tutorial is going to show you how to get a seed phrase from Jade, make a paper seed QR code, add a passphrase to Jade, display an Xpub in Jade for creating a wallet in Nunchuk, and finally creating a wallet in Nunchuk. Okay, so everything that we need is in front of us, is on screen at the moment. So we need a Sharpie pen, a Blockstream Jade, a piece of paper for writing down the words, 24 words, a seed QR code template for 24 words, and a mobile phone with an Nunchuk mobile wallet app. In this video, just to keep it short, I'm not going to do the whole 24 words. I'm just going to do a 12 word and use this template. And it's up to yourself whether you choose to use 12 or 24 words. Okay, let's get started. Just put this to the side. And switch on the Jade by pressing and holding with my right thumb. That's our Jade on. Okay, let's start by setting up Jade. Okay, I'm going to be navigating using this wheel on the top and selecting by pressing this button to the right hand side of the screen. Okay, set up Jade. Continue. We're going to go to Advanced Setup. Continue. And we're going to create a new wallet or create a new seed phrase. And you have the option of 12 or 24, but for this video I'm going to use a 12-word seed phrase. These words are your wallet. Keep them protected and offline. Okay, so here's the first 4 words. I'm just going to write these down on a piece of paper. So it's symbol clump, regret and real, and I'm going to press the button again to get the next 4 words. Comic, squirrel, mistake and solar. And the final 4 words. Dynamic, jar, viable and smoke. And let's continue. Okay, Jade is now asking us to confirm that we've written the words down properly, or correctly and in the correct order. So it's asking us to confirm word 1, and word 1 was symbol. So I'm going to flick through the options and select symbol. Now it's asking us to confirm word 6, that's squirrel. And there it is, select that. Confirm word 7, which was mistake. Select that. Confirm word 10, which was jar. Select that. So that's fine, we've done, confirmed that we've written down the words properly. And now we're going to export the recovery phrase, seed phrase, as a compact SeedQR. And yes, that's what we want to do. So draw the compact SeedQR for use with QR mode. Yes. Okay, so we're about to start drawing this SeedQR that you can see, but because it's very difficult to see the detail, Jade is going to present each of the squares in turn. So we have 3 columns and 3 rows, making up 9 squares, and Jade is going to present each square once at a time, and we're going to copy it into our SeedQR template. So here's the SeedQR template. Let's see. Okay. So let's get started. So this is grid A1, which already matches the template, so we don't need to do anything. So let's go to grid A2. So now we're going to fill in the squares, the small squares in grid A2, and copy what we see on the Jade. So I've got this little frame here which I've made because I find it easier, not so much on the first couple of squares, but as this fills up with the dots I'm going to make, it starts getting a bit confusing and there's potential to make a mistake towards the end. So this is going to take a while, and you might want to fast forward to the last square before we continue to the next stage. Okay. Just need to put a dot in each of the squares. Okay, that's grid A2 done. Let's go and move to the next one. Grid A3 is as it is in the template, so there's nothing to be done there. Grid B1. And that's it, that's it all done. So the next stage is that move to the next stage. So SeedQR template done is what we're being asked by Jade, and yeah, we're happy we've copied it, and what you see below should match what you see on the screen of Jade. And we're just going to test that in a minute. So we're going to click on done. And if you can read that, it says, you won't be able to read that on there. Scan QR to verify. Yeah, that's what it's saying on Jade. So let's scan it. Yeah, QR code verified. So that's great. That's our SeedQR done. That's a big step ahead. Okay, continue. Now Jade's asking us if we want to add a passphrase, which we do, because our SeedQR is a single point of failure, so we want to put an extra layer of security in, and we're going to enter a passphrase. So you have to think carefully about what you want yours to be and keep it separate from your seed phrase and your SeedQR. So I'm just going to make this a simple one for the video. I'm going to make it D, E, F. And I'm going to confirm that by clicking the tick arrow. DEF, yes. Select connection method. We want to use QR. We just made a seed QR code, and that's how we want to interact with Nunchuk. Save an encrypt file with a PIN or scan a seed QR every session. But we want to scan it with a seed QR every session because we definitely do not want to use the PIN, and I won't go into the reasons why in this video. This wallet will be temporary and forgotten on reboot. Yeah, that's what we want. Every time we switch on Jade, we want to scan our QR code and enter our seed phrase, our passphrase. And that's it. We now have an active Jade. You can see that in the bottom left corner, and on the bottom right is what's known as an extended fingerprint. So the fingerprint for our seed phrase and passphrase combined. So that reads 9C1551BF. And you'll notice that this is labelled in our wallets in Nunchuk as well, so we can match our wallets in Nunchuk to this particular seed and passphrase. Okay, so next we are going to display an Xpub in Jade so that we can create the wallet in Nunchuk. So I'm going to Options, Wallet, Export Xpub, and what you can see there is single sig, which means it's just one signature to send Bitcoin. That's what we want. And beneath that is what's known as a derivation path or bit32 path. And I'm not going into what it all means, but the last digit, 0, is the default setting. So that's what we're going to use for our wallet, but you could change that. I'll do that in another video if you want to make more than one wallet. Okay, so that's our SeedQR displayed. Sorry, our Xpub displayed. So we now just need to interact with our Nunchuk mobile app. Okay, so this is the home screen on Nunchuk, and we're displaying our Xpub in Jade. So the first thing we have to do with Nunchuk is to add a key, and that's the public key that's displayed on our Jade at the moment. So I'm going to add key. I've got some options there, so we're going to select Jade because we are using a Jade. And we're going to go add blockstream Jade via QR. Yeah, this is explaining just what we've already done. I'm going to continue. I'm going to give the key a name, and because we're on the default bit32 path, which is 0 at the end, I'm going to call this key 0. And now we're going to scan the QR. So that brings up a camera on the phone. And just move this. And you see a progress bar on the phone as it starts to read the Xpub's QR. There you go. And that's it. So that's our key 0, and you can see, let's bring this a bit closer, you can see there in the key spec that the first 8 bytes are what we saw on Jade on the active screen, which was the fingerprint. And after that you can see 84/0/0, which confirms we're on the default bit 32 path. And that's it, that's all we have to do there. We're just going to add the key. And that's it, our key 0 has been added. So the next step, let's close that, and it takes us to this screen, which is create new wallet. I've got various options there, but what we want is a custom wallet. And I'm just going to call this personal Bitcoin, or Bitcoin savings. And that's about all we have to do there. So I'm just going to hit continue. And now Jade is asking, assign at least one key to the wallet. Well, at this stage we only have one key, so we're going to assign key 0. And I'm just going to zoom in here a bit, and you can see our key 0, it's got XFP, which is a fingerprint, and that's the same 8 bytes which we saw on the Jade after we'd inserted our seed phrase and passphrase. So again, hit continue, just check all the details. Bitcoin savings, it's a 1 of 1 single sig, standard wallet, address type is native SegWit, that's fine, that's the default. And we've got our member key, which is key 0. So create wallet. Now, it'd been offered here to save the wallet setup as a file, but we're not going to need that because it's only really necessary if you're doing a multi-signature wallet. So I'm just going to click on I'll do this later. Probably will never actually do it. And that's it. That is your wallet set up in Nunchuk. And you've got your seed and passphrase in your Jade. And that's it. All we have to do now is switch off Jade, which is by pressing and holding the button underneath. And that's it. Your Jade and Nunchuk are now ready to receive and send Bitcoin from your cold storage. I hope you found that video useful. Please let me know if you've got any feedback. Thank you.